is the teaching career an iron rice bowl?
Sorry?
Is
Yeah, it is in the sense that I know a lot of teachers. I know a lot of like.
It's recession proof, right?
In where I am sitting, yeah. You know, I've never known that people leave the teaching profession. In fact, a lot of teachers stay. You know, they end up, they start a career as teaching and they end up as a teacher, retire as a teacher. And there are some on a career path, if you go on to be strategists in education, where they move on to being a special education officer and they help the Ministry of Education to strategize,
right,
using their experience on what education is and improve on the education for the country overall. So you have a lot of even a lot of university lecturers who are in that teaching profession. They lend their expertise to the public departments as well on how to strategize on education, and it goes from there.
That's very interesting. Jennifer, I have, you know, the career of a teacher is so wide. There's so many questions that I have in regards to this area. So I was talking about the iron rice bowl, that, you know, how this career is recession free. So let's say if I meet all the requirements, whereby I have, you know, a certificate in teaching, I have a PhD, how difficult it is for me to find a job as a teacher right now?
I think lecturer is actually quite global. I have never seen I've never seen a club where they have run out of lecturers. Almost every university that I look at, there are positions open for lecturers. What might be challenging is, of course, the area that you are in. Suppose there's always jobs for lecturers, but there are almost always jobs for lecturers, let's say in IT or in sciences or certain engineering field.
Would you know, if I study to be a teacher, would I have difficulty in finding a job? And you're saying that you've never seen someone who can't find a job as a teacher. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yes. Basically, I have seen a lot of, even in hard times, even in hard economic times, when I check the positions open, there are almost always jobs for teachers. There are always people looking for teachers in one form or another, from tuition schools to, you know, at the established institutions. There always seem to be teaching jobs.
So,
like I say, to answer your question, the teaching jobs are always, to answer your question, teaching is not for everyone. So if you go into it saying that it's my rice bowl, without the patience on as a teacher, or even challenging to be a teacher.
You won't be able to last too long if you're going for the wrong reason.
Yep.
That's interesting. So let's say for
especially you think 100 students every day.
But you never know until you try, would you?
You never know until you try.
But would people be able to follow your footsteps today, Jennifer? Whereby, you know, I'm now being retrenched and I want to be a teacher, but I don't have a certificate in teaching. Would I still be able to apply for schools or university to teach?
I think you can try. For the university,
there's no hard rules.
There are policy that they will always find people first with paper qualifications.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
So failing which, you'll be able to get, you find others.
Yes. In the university where I teach, there are certain areas that we couldn't find candidates who has PhD or willing to come to Brunei to teach in that field.
Right.
What we found were actually industry people who had that knowledge and who had that specialization And so they were actually given a contract to teach in the area specialization without a PhD. It was really strange. We have some of them who actually come in and do that because we value their expertise and what they can share with our students. They actually bring a lot of value to our students because they bring in a lot of industry experience with them. So they carry a lot of value. But the funny thing for me is that sometimes I see these people, some very mature, mature people, and they come in and teach. And because there is a requirement in our university that even though you are expert, you have to go through our teaching course in the university, because we have the Center for Teaching and Learning, who will actually try to bring those people who have got no teaching experience to some experience, so that they know how to manage.
So can you do it concurrently though?
Yes, they do concurrently.
Okay.
Because they're already employed, so they come in, right? So the funny thing for me was that almost always the lecturer who teach them would be a very young lecturer. Yeah, so this young lecturer would be teaching a class of very mature gentlemen or ladies from the industry. So you can expect the dynamics in that classroom.
That would be very interesting to watch.
Very interesting. I always try to find time to talk to the lecturer and try to get her experience.
So what are some of your tips for new teachers? What would you tell them, in order to be good? What do you tell all the new teachers?
Go in with an open mind and never say no. Everybody have to never say no to anything that they ask you to teach, within reasons, of course. What I meant is that don't go on the negative, or don't veer on the negative. They'll say that, hey, I need someone to teach this. Try it. You never know. Just try it. Right. Yeah. And if you do not know enough, that is your learning time. You will have to put your head down, grab as much knowledge as you can on that subject matter, and throw yourself into it and just take a class. You never get it right the first time. Okay, I never got it right the first time, and a lot of the time I don't even get it right today. So you never get it right the first time. I love
your humility, Jennifer.
So just try it. And in a teaching field, I think that's what it means. You are willing to learn. You're willing to try. And if you leave that, the students can see in you, it makes them willing to try as well and willing to learn. So if you do that, I think that's my advice to you.